Hey, Chris, thank you so much for the color turnarounds and exploration on our defense tower. Um, I just want to point out real quick here that keep in mind that basically these are the projectiles being shot from the cannons. So we should keep that in mind when we're developing the final, I think, coloration and the fact that these are gun turrets. So I think we lost a little bit of that in that. So why don't we flip on over and I will walk you through the bits and bulbs. All right. So first off, nice job putting together because we've got quite a few, right? And this is this enemy type has a top and then the repeating middle, right? So nice job showing these towers that are put together. This is really helpful to see. So some other general and bigger feedback is when you do the color explorations and you change the materials and the decals per color exploration, it is very hard for me to focus on just the colors and how they match because the decals and materials wind up changing the way I'm perceiving the colors. So then I wind up looking at the differences and understanding, is it a color thing that I like? Is it the supporting decals? So what I really need you to do, and I already talked to Dimitri about this as well, I need color flat tests first. I want you to, when you're exploring, to do decal work and all that. I don't want to lose that because you're really good at that. There's some really, really good stuff here. I just need you to then do color first, then save the color. You can deliver them at the same time, and then it's color. And then the next is decal explorations. You can go crazy. You can go decal explorations per color palette, highlight accents, anything you're doing right now. I just need you to tease those apart into two things. Flat colors, just so I can see the different color combinations, and then decals in the way that you've been doing. So, okay. So let's see here. From last feedback I gave, and I probably didn't say this as well as I could have. So I asked, let me know how I could say this better. So when I was imagining, this was feedback from previous version, this turret, I was imagining that this turret is rotated downwards. So if this point here, it would be down here. So it's like if this were front on, it would be rotated like 45 degrees. So you can see it being a little bit lower. We don't shoot anything out of it, but I think that also gives a little bit more depth and perspective for I think the guns, right? So that's one things that I don't think we quite got. You did put some barrel on this, but I think that the barrel is still pretty much front on, so it makes the perspective a little bit funky. So that's that. The other big piece of feedback here is why don't we try? I like this kind of teal gunmetal that we have. I think about it as kind of like gunmetal. So why don't we try this teal gunmetal in do a version that isn't that basically replaces the purple. I think that would be really cool. And then, like those are the main things there. So I like what you got with these bottom accents here. So that was what I pointed out here. Same thing for the teal there. I think this version of the barrel, I kind of like what we have with these little, I think, I like these neon outline bits around the barrel itself. We obviously need to clean that up a bit. I think the other thing here, we talked about the depth, but so these things are cannons. So what we need depth on the cannons, right? So this doesn't work at all. Like this is some kind of like weird screen thing. I like the dotted material that we have as part of our materials. But yeah, so I really want to make sure that we're nailing the fact that these are basically sci-fi cannons, right? And this is a little bit closer in terms of that, but I don't think we quite got it. Probably because there's just too much glow, and I want to get more depth for the barrel. So let me see. Let's go back over here. So walk through that. Okay, cool. And then so I definitely like the kind of dotted striping thing here that we've got going on with like this, like I don't know, it's like a neon dot material. So super cool there. I like the little color accents that you have here with the lights on the side. I think I'm a fan of these up arrow decals. I feel like it kind of helps give the machinery some understanding on how it's going to stack and work. There's something cool about that. So let's bring those over. I like the yellow strips, I think, the most. Those are important. I like this version of, I think, the plasma barrel, which is really important, right? And pardon me, I'm all sneezy. Sorry, man. I didn't look at these barrel tips. Yeah, because I think the other side that I really want to make sure we capture here is, let me see here. Okay, let me get off of that right there. I'll just go in here and look. Hello, where am I at? There we go. So switching between Photoshop and SHMUP Creator, it does that sometimes. Yeah, so I want to make sure that we preserve the barrels for those additional laser tips, right? So, and I think right now with the way that we're doing the decaling, we haven't quite gotten there. I'll probably leave the particle bits there, so I don't think it'll matter as much. But yeah, so I need to realign these again as the artist switching around, which is not a problem. So, but I wanted to point that out. And I think I like this kind of design a little bit more than the other ones, just because they're a little bit chunkier, I think. So, okay, coming back down to here, talked about those. Talked about the yellow, the inside there. I'm a sucker for, we've got kind of this tri-hexagon decaling that's starting to work as well. I like that we had a little bit of the decals here. I like the gray base here. Again, this could be gunmetal too, up here using this as kind of the base. But I also like that you had kind of these little like additional arrow indicators on the bottom plate. What else? Oh yeah. So actually, just because I liked it, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get rid of that. All right. I like the way that you did the segmentation here. I think we've seen it in a few places. But right here, and like you have these kind of chonky chunks here. These feel pretty good. So let's see if we can riff on that design a little bit there too. Yeah, I think that's it. Short and sweet. Let me see. I don't think we checked these in yet. So let's for the maybe for the next one. Yeah. So do same delivery. If you want to explore more decals other than remixing this, then please deliver in the new format. And then yeah, let's do a rinse and wash over the colors and see kind of how this other combination comes together. So by the way, I also really liked, I think I like this kind of icy blue that we have here, the kind of bluish white. I don't think it necessarily fits the character of like this enemy type. So, but I do appreciate it. So thank you for that. Okay, let me see here. So I don't think I had anything else down there. Let me just get a little screenshot to help a bit with the remix bits, because I know that's easier. Flip on over. All right, we'll get that in there. I'll get this video up for you. And if you're following us around like some creepy stalker of sci-fi goodness, if you're following along with the work that we're doing and you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to put them down below, because we are reading all those. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Dimitri.